What's going on, and welcome to another episode of the Becoming a Better You podcast. It's your boy, Coach Paul, coming live and direct from our gym in Hayward, California. We've decided to make some adjustments to how we're going to run this podcast. We've decided to start running this podcast actually in the gym. I used to run it either at my house or I've ran it in my office at my gym. I've rented out podcast studios, trying different things out. And don't get me wrong, my homie Zune has a really dope podcast studio out in Richmond, California, and I did record some podcasts with a few people recently. I'm actually going out there tomorrow to record another podcast, but man, to record a podcast in my actual gym with workout equipment behind me, with the banner and our core values behind me, like this is so dope because I just want to just sit back and point out where I've come from, what I've been able to accomplish since starting this business, since pushing myself to become a better version of myself. Growing up in a broken home, my mom was on drugs, my dad was physically abusive. I was in and out of juvenile hall, boys' homes. I was homeless by the time I was 17, in and out of jail, prison. I ended up going to prison for 10 years. And even in prison, I struggled with drug addiction. I struggled with anger. I struggled with depression. For a long time, I didn't think I would ever get out of prison or even make it out of there alive. And even if I made it out there, I figured I'd go back to the streets, go back to the bullshit I was doing, and probably end up dying in the streets anyway. So never in a million years would I think or imagine I would be right here having my own gym where people come here to train, not just to train, but to transform their lives, where people trust me to help them change and transform their lives, and where I'm able to give back to others. I'm able to serve others and create impact in the world, because that's what's the most important thing here, is creating that impact, showing others what's possible, showing others that I care enough to put effort into them. And, a lot of people won't put effort into themselves, and that's the sad part. The reality of it is most people won't put enough effort into themselves to do the work it takes in order to see results. But I will. I'll put not just the effort into myself, but I'll put the effort into them. And it's because I care. And so I'm excited to launch this first episode of this new setup as we continue to grow the podcast. I actually have someone coming in from Stockton on Saturday. Or on Sunday. Tomorrow is Saturday. On Sunday, he's coming in from Stockton. We're going to get a workout in the morning. We're going to create some content at this dope gym I've been going to. And then we're going to come here to my gym and we're going to do a podcast episode. And so he'll be my first guest with this podcast setup. So it's pretty cool. But today I wanted to test it out myself and just see how it's looking, how it's feeling, make sure I get all the equipment together and everything organized the way we want it to be. That way, when people do come to get on the show, they are, set up for success. I want to set people up for success. I want to give value to the world. And in order to do that, I have to set myself up for success as well. So I'm excited about this next step in our journey. I'm excited about all the things we're going to do moving forward. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're someone on a journey of healing, of growth, of betterment, of health, whatever, if you are consistently working on becoming a better you, however that might be, through growing your brand, growing your business, working on your fitness goals, going to school, whatever you're doing to become a better version of yourself, I want to help you tell your story. I want to give back to the world, and I know my story can change hundreds of thousands of lives, but I know your story can as well. And so I want to give you an opportunity to get on this podcast. If you live in the Bay Area, or even if you don't live in the Bay Area, like I said, my homie Keith is coming out from Stockton on Sunday. If you live in California and you want to get on the podcast and you want to share your story and show others how you're becoming a better version of yourself, and you want to tap into this platform, this level of impact that I'm creating, and tap into the people that I am helping so that you can help them as well, so that you can create a better world, please reach out to me. You can hit me up on Instagram at @the_coach_Paul. It's not THEE though. Everyone wants to put that THEE, man. I'm not from a Bible verse. It's THE_coach_Paul, because I'm the Coach Paul. right? Now, this week episode is going to be really short because we're just testing this out. I'm just putting out a call to action to anyone that wants to get on the podcast. I'm offering you an opportunity. I'm going to be bringing some amazing people on the podcast. In fact, next week's podcast is going to be a longer podcast. It's going to be with one of the coaches here at my gym. Her name is Rosie Quezada. She's absolutely amazing. And Rosie met with me in Richmond for a podcast episode 2 weeks ago, and we recorded the episode, and she just has a crazy survivor's story of overcoming domestic violence, overcoming abuse, and becoming a better version of herself and using fitness as a tool to do that. She's not only an amazing member of our facility, but she is now a coach at our facility. She went from being someone that was in a dark, dark place, a shell of a human being, to working on herself by coming and joining our first 6-week challenge, and then going from there, becoming a full-time member, and going from the membership. When we put out a post about looking for another coach, she reached out to me and she's like, I would love to be a coach. How do I become a coach? And we put her through the training process, and she's got so much energy, and she's a valuable asset to the team. So next week, we're going to be sharing her podcast as well. So stay tuned for that. And as always, if you have any questions about anything we talked about today here on the podcast or in general, all you got to do is reach out to me at _coach_Paul. If you want to get on the podcast, if you've got any fitness-related questions, nutrition-related questions, mindset-related questions, if you just want to chop it up, if you got some questions, anything I can do, I just want to help as many people as I possibly can. So reach out to me, let me know, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace, love, and protein.